Once again, everybody, the Colonel Bob Sheridan here along with Dave Bontempo. We've got the WBC Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Oscar De La Hoya taking on the reigning 154-pound champion, Javier Castillejo.
All right, gentlemen, this is for the WBC Super Welterweight title. You received your instructions. Again, I want to caution you. Any punches below here will be called low. Any punches here will be called low. With that, are there any questions? Any questions for Chief Seconds? Remember, obey my commands, protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up now, good luck to both of you. Let's go.
Major event in Spain, and he seems ready to come up with a big match.
Well, we're on in Spain in English. Of course, it's also on in Spanish over there. But we've got a huge audience in Spain, so we'll give you the call and tell you everything that your man is doing. Castillejo in the white shoes with the fringe on him and the fringe shorts. This guy, again, a very good boxer. Oscar starts right in, jab, 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 right hand, and almost drops him in the first round. But that was more off balance with Castillejo. He's got to be a little bit nervous. Only his, I think it's his fourth fight overseas, first time in the USA, and coming to Las Vegas, Nevada is a huge thing for him and all the people that are with him. Great, great shape. Oscar has a different body style. He doesn't have the rippled muscles, but he has the perfect body for a boxer with long striated muscles in his arms.
And he is deceptively tall. He's got a good reach, even though he looks like a chiseled, compact boxer. And for De La Hoya, although the power is going to be there,
I mean, like I said at the outset, this isn't a walkover. The champion out there tonight is Javier Castillejo. I'm not afraid of De La Hoya as he digs to the body. Right on the liver shot there. Chopping right hand as Javier goes low, Oscar goes high. Good exchange, the crowd loves it. Anytime De La Hoya does anything, and I mentioned there's a sizable crowd here to support Castillejo, but it's overwhelmingly for Oscar De La Hoya as the right hand crashes to the left side of the head of Castillejo. The bell ends.
and here he's up at 154. And although he'll wing the power, he's content to do as much boxing as necessary, to use as much in the jabbing department as is necessary.
Well, he outboxed Castillejo in the first round, and a lot of Castillejo's shots are being smothered and caught in the gloves of Oscar De La Hoya. Well, Oscar's fighting very confident, and I like the fact that he has that left hand down, but it paid off for him that time because he got right to the forehead. Remember, Oscar's very quick. Castillejo looks almost a little bit muscle-bound, really bulky muscles. You can see that his muscles appear to be much tighter than Oscar's. Oscar has those long striated muscles and it's perfect. Chop, 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 body shots. Wild with the left hand goes Castillejo. And Oscar's still quick on his feet. The quickness comes with him even at 147. His defense here has been terrific, and I think that's part of the coaching of Mayweather Sr.
And that's what's going to be his blueprint for success moving forward, as you would suspect the power would drop off a little bit. Your key is the boxing, and the key will be your defense. If you can bring those things with you, even if the power subsides a little bit, you can flourish in a heavier weight class. And another interesting thing about De La Hoya is in fights, when he does that, or not look back on dissatisfied efforts when he changes trainers. He has a tactical reason for doing it, which is one of the rare instances in boxing where that happens.
And every trainer says that, and he has no enemies amongst the trainers that he's gone through. Very rarely. I think he learned that in the Trinidad fight, because he's not going to waste any more rounds in his career, I'll tell you that. Notice when we have the widest shot for you that Oscar has that right foot, twisted around almost perpendicular to the way. You see that? Good shot. Thanks, Frank Belmont. Appreciate it. That shows exactly what I'm talking about, because with that foot in that position, he can drive and either hook or land very stiff jabs. And also, it sets him up.
So to speak, where you can be nailed if you know what you're doing, if you can move your head, and if you know how much time you can spend in there and get out. Because you can also get a better offensive opportunity when you get close. What you love about De La Hoya, watching fight after fight with him, is how he can sense what is the most of the opportunity and get out. Whether it's a flurry in which he hurts a guy, and he doesn't overdo it. So it's not something that's easy to time over the course of the fight. And here's De La Hoya again. Notice the positioning. Notice how he pays almost no price for getting inside. It can be a jab, it can be a bob and weave, it can be a slide, it can be a shuffle. But De La Hoya gets into punching position more cheaply than just about anybody in boxing.
And Dave, as you would just look a little bit on the messy side of Castillejo. Castillejo with his back to you. Oscar working upstairs right now, hitting him downstairs just as quick. You know, when he has both hands down like this, he's filled with confidence.
Not only does he sense vulnerability and weakness when he looks in an opponent's eyes or maybe hears a grunt from a punch, but when he senses an opponent slowing down the pace, he automatically steps up his own instinctively. And that is what he is doing here, getting closer and letting the hands go more. Now he pays a price there. That was an important move for Castillejo to answer for the time being, even as Oscar rolled with it.
Nice defensive work there by Castillejo. And then, as you say that, Oscar, look at it. He landed about 6 punches, but 2 of them were really malice of weapon.
And when he gets close, De La Hoya always goes to work. But here, he is also sticking to the discipline, jabbing, respecting Castillejo, trying to break him down. Seeing a little bit more body work here from Oscar as he tries to totally slow Castillejo down, get in tight, and land some good right hands. Jab and then go downstairs again. And again, he's right on top of this opponent.
See, he has the quickness to hold that left hand down because he's going to go for the hook of that. Instead, he goes with the straight jab, jab, jab. That's a positioning move. Look for the right hand behind that. Don't like this left hand down here. He's inviting the right hand, and he got it that time. He didn't get hit hard. He got hit hard with a left hook, though. So that ignites Oscar. Still, I'd love to give the round for Castillejo, but again, this is only round 7, the second half of this World Championship fight. And don't forget, the man in black has the title. Here's Oscar. Body shots, head shots. You hear the crowd's reaction right away anytime Oscar does anything. Good jab. Crashes to the forehead, the temple area of Castillejo.
And at lighter weight classes, what De La Hoya did, even at the beginning of this round, would have dropped guys. Up at the 154-pound class, it's enough to get him respect and get him points, but he has to go back to the drawing board and try to score with enough punches where the power can be respected, but outbox the guy.
Well, he's not because he's fatigued. He's trying to draw this guy in so he can chop him with the right hand. See that? He missed the uppercut there, then boom, right back with a sort of straight right hand there. Now he's pouring with the left, but he's in position to really land a right hand. This time, Castillejo comes forward and smothers all that, lands a couple of shots with Oscar, right hand. But every time Castillejo does something, look at Oscar, comes back and lands 2 or 3.
And he's right on him, taking away any breathing room. So Castillejo is in a reaction mode rather than a get-off first mode. And that's to De La Hoya's credit. He's doing this against a very good fighter.
You can see why Castillejo has been so successful as the belt ends.
Stirred Castillejo a few times, not shaking him, but he has got his attention and moved him a number of times with the power shots. Not enough to hurt him necessarily, but enough to gain respect and to keep his good position. Here he is outside again, dictating. And now he's in a great spot because he's the guy coming up with speed, and Castillejo has to turn the tables on De La Hoya, and it's a remote possibility at this point.
Floyd Sr. asked for more body shots, and in fact, there have been more body shots.
That he is in a 154-pound fight. Castillejo has done everything he can. He just can't get to us.
Even there, he tried 3 right hands. Oscar either gets his elbow up, and he lands a looping right hand on his own, taps him again on the left side of the cheek. It's the right side that he's busting up, lands the left hook, and a light right grazing right hand. Castillejo's got to be frustrated. He's the reigning champ, but he's never fought anybody. This is a big step up in class for him. Of course, there's got to be fatigue for him, too, because he's fighting a heavier man. We're in the 9th round. There's been a lot of hard work here. It's been a boxing show. We hear the crowd, a little bit of reaction, and now Oscar picks it up, lands about 5 punches, and that 6 or 7 punch throw. And then immediately, the few boos at the beginning here go to, yeah. Castillejo almost waiting now as Oscar measures him When he does that with the left hand, you know the right's coming. And here's Oscar all over him now, picking up the pace. Castillejo doesn't want to have his back on those ropes because Oscar knows what to do. It's Oscar with a decent left hand and then right hand back. But he's not winning any rounds, including this one. Look at this, combinations. In between, Javier Castillejo gets something off, but look at the amount of punches that Oscar's landing. And Oscar, by the way, is a little bit fatigued himself. That's why he's bouncing up on those toes to try to get those blood flow through those legs. But look at how hard he's sitting right down in that right hand. And he wants to throw right hands here now. I can feel it.
He expended a lot of energy in this round, too. It was a very good round for him.
Yeah, the bell ends the ninth. That's it.
And the interesting thing about what trainers tell fighters also is what fighters decide they will believe and take in the course of a fight. The trainer may say, okay, look, you've got this fight won, be careful. But you can still go out there on your own terms. You're a multi-division champion over the years, and you get your own sense of what you want to do, and you don't have to take blind orders from the corner, but try to take the best comment, and maybe the best comment that he takes from that.
Trinidad fight was so close, split decision, and a majority decision. He's not going to take any chances here. Castillejo trying to come on here in the 10th, but all his good aggressiveness, look who just keeps him off balance all the time. Jab in the face again, the right side. I don't know. Other than that, it's been just a boxing clinic for Oscar De La Hoya, which was the way to attack this 154-pound division, I think.
And a good example of that just moments ago with the jab in the right hand by Castillejo. Lands the jab, tries to put the right hand behind it. It's a good sequence, but the right hand whistles by as De La Hoya is already one step over to the left and then coming at him.
Just stuck away from him, doing a great job. Castillejo now gets a little body shot, but body shots at this stage aren't going to get the job done as Oscar buries the right hand, left hook, another left hook. Can he finish him here? He shouldn't be sitting on the ropes, and he better start throwing punches. Vic Kraken says keep him up. His eyes are still clear, so Vic not thinking of stopping the fight, but there's a series of jabs, right hands. Still hasn't had the time is called. The bell. Body downstairs, back up with the right hand. Hard right hand that time.
And one of the most frustrating aspects of fighting De La Hoya is that he will not unnecessarily gamble. He'll fight you, but he will not give you a chance to make up for 11 rounds of his dominance by giving you one crack at it. So he doesn't open up and gamble and lunge and try to get into combinations here.
As the super welterweight champion of the world of the WBC, Oscar nailing shots here, making it definitive. Not satisfied to just cruise. Castillejo showing his bottle, but look at this, right back comes Oscar.
Nice 5-punch combination. Good positioning, landed them solidly, and when his opponent did not seem shaken, De La Hoya just backed up and started boxing again. And that has been the story of the fight for him.
And the crowd's really into it now. A really solid right hand, right on the chin, and at the end, down goes the champion. It's all over for him now. He'll take the standing 8 count, and there won't be a lot of time left. How about that, to make it definitive? Oscar did have enough power in the end to drop this guy. It's all over. It's either going to be a shutout for Oscar De La Hoya, or possibly in 119, 108, all the way. We'll see what happens.
And what a perfect storyline for him. We talked about his jabbing all throughout the contest, the fact that he would open it up and do whatever the situation gave him. If he boxes to a victory, fine. If he gets the power and the knockout, fine. Well, we get a combination in the terms of the boxing and then the power for the knockdown at the end of the final round.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, we go to the judges' scorecards. After 12 rounds, all 3 judges scored the bout the same, 119 to 108. All for the winner by unanimous decision. Now a 6-time world champion and new WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World,